Thokozani makhehla, thokozani bogogo, thokozani bomkhulu. Igama uMoyane insizwa kaNkosi, uchamkiswa kwethu. Yebo, ngithi akubeni kuhle makhehla, kubeni kuhle ngazo zonke izindlela. Nikhanyelwe, nimphakamisele izinto zenzilungu. Now, I'm back in a sense ukuthi I'm going to teach you all about spirituality. I'm going to teach you all about the gift itself. I'm going to teach you all about the true essence of the spiritual calling. Ngale ndlela leyo makhehla ngithi akukhanye. I hope I have your attention. I hope you will listen, and I hope you'll truly understand the education behind the spirituality and where it truly comes from. Mina ngegama nguMoyane insizwa kaNkosi, uthwasile Soweto, uhlala Soweto. Now, the journey itself, it has its own challenges. The journey itself, it has its ifuna umuntu okwazi ukuthi I understanding ngenye indlela thizeni. Right. Now, isimo sihamba ngalo simo leso sithi, today I want to speak about the sense of belonging of the spirituality. Ukuthi kahle kahle, where does it belong to? And so you as a person, you as a spiritual being, so that you can understand it, ukuthi kahle kahle iqhamuka ifunani, what is required of you to undertake it, articulate it in so many levels. Right, isebenza ngalo ndlela leyo mntanekhetha, the true essence of spirituality, the sense of belonging. As a gift itself, it wants to belong to a particular place, it wants to belong to a particular being, it wants to belong to a particular ritual, it wants to belong to a certain realm. Now, you as a person, you are trying so hard to understand it. At this particular moment, it's not all up to you to understand the gift. It's not all up to you to understand what's wrong with you. The meaning behind it, the reason being I'm saying all this is because of now, you don't have to understand it now. Because of now, they are trying to connect with you. They are trying to mend old wounds. They are trying to recover from where they come from. Because of now, they are still trying to find themselves along. You need to allow them in your space. They want you to allow them into your space in a sense that be in connection with dlozi themselves. The sense of belonging it's so broad in so many levels. You need as a being to not try to understand it, because of if you want to force to understand it now, you're definitely going to you're going to be confused. Because of understanding, the level of understanding of spirituality, that simply means that you are trying to label it. You're trying to put a name around it. You're trying to point it out, which this is where I belong. Whereas where they come from, you need to understand where bonabakanga kona kala before you can label it in a sense of which hey, mpetwe. Most of abantu, they're trying to label the gift in a sense to the escape route. That's why they will say mpetwe itonya. That's why abazothi ngiphethwe amakhosi njani njani. That's why ngizophethwa amandawo. That's why ngiphethwe abathokoza. Uphethwe amadlozi at this particular moment. Uphethwe amadlozi ngenye indlela yokuthi you need to mend, you need to heal the wounds. Because of amadlozi laba qhamuka khona is that baza with all different kinds of traumas. Baza ngama trauma, baza ngama problems that you as a being you need to articulate, you as a being you need to solve. Now, how are you going to solve it when you're trying to label the gift? The gift is not here to be labeled at this particular moment. It needs to be healed so that you can understand where it comes from, so that you can understand what needs to be done, so that because it's developed through a phase of passing away. Umuntu makandlula emhlabeni passes away, becomes an ancestor, idlozi. Now, ubuyela muva uyekhaya, going back to your roots, going back to you where you belong as a spirit. Now, when you go back to that space, they return you because of you did not finish and fulfill certain purposes of your life. You did not reach out. You did not do azange uqedelela umsebenzi wakho. As we all know that the gift doesn't die. The gift goes from generation to generation to generation. And that's where amadlozi come from. That's where it goes on and on, the name goes on. Ngesimo sokuthi ke manje ayipheli ngoba manje the purpose of the gift itself is to work hand in hand with the universe. So now it doesn't die. So umuntu bambusele emuva ngesizathu sokuthi ke manje they need to find you. As much as they had an agreement before your birth, that you as a being, they will wait for you to be matured enough, they will wait for you to be grown to a certain level. Then when you reach that level, that's when they go and attend to you and have a communication bakhulume nawe ngendlela thizeni so that nizokwazi ukuthi nisebenzisane. Kodwa thina, lack of understanding, we tend to run away. We tend to think we are demonized. We tend to think that we are not normal. We tend to think all these kind of things that ezenzakala kulo mhlaba. Where is that with manje abantu abadala they're trying to belong before they can open up broader ways to the gift to you. They need to belong to your space. They need to be with you. They need to be with you. Now they're trying by all means to create a fusion out of this all. But now it's so overwhelming to a sense whereby we think we are under attack, whereas we are not under attack. It's just the way of you must just mind and remember that the way of working, the way of is fine. So now in their minds, in their spirits, they will definitely think that fine, you understand and you're ready for them. You need to now allow us to become. You need to allow us to work with you. You need to allow us to be in your space. Now, we tend to forget ukuthi manje amadlozi asebenza ngendlela exakile ngesisimo sokuthi they do not have time esisebenza ngayo in this day and age. They have obligations. They have deadlines, they work in accurate time. But if we fail to fulfill that, definitely show it's a mess. We will definitely show angeke isebenze ngale ndlela ekumele isebenze ngakhona. Abantu abadala need us to allow them in the space so that we can understand where they come from and what needs to be done. Excitingly, right? When they come from where they are, like they must come and find you now so that you can fulfill the gift, so that you can do what you need to do in a sense Babuya, they come back with burdens, they come with a lot of the baggage. As a being. Then you're gonna think in our minds that all this is that we are under attack, we are abused, we are spiritually abused by them, which is not the case. All this baggage that they come with, it's not about what you are abused, it's not about what you are mistreated, it's not about that what you are being punished. No. It's all the part of the process so that we can understand it, because of now they cannot touch your flesh, but they can touch your spirit. So in them bringing this baggage to you and to your life, you need to heal it. You need to pack it properly for them so that when you undertake the gift, that's when you work hand in hand with them, in alignment. Dlozi is all about aligning them and the baggage properly so that you can be fully If you're just going to take the baggage and umsebenzi wabo nje mhlawumbe budedengu and think that okay fine, I'm going to be a fully fledged sangoma, then must uthwasa izinto azihambi kahle because of now you didn't align it properly. Impact is meant to align and to understand and to become and to reconnect with you and your ancestors, right? You as a person, you need to know and allow yourself to become them. You need to allow them to be with you. You need to allow them to become. You need to allow them to grow with you along this process because they have so much knowledge through your dreams. They communicate through dreams and visions and life experiences. Some of them, they will think that they will have this mentality yokuthi bona bazosithwasisela amadlozi wabo athi afuna ukuthi basithwasise njalo njalo. How possible is that? Because of they showing you what to do. Because of in spirituality, there's a formula that you need to go through so that you can be a fully fledged sangoma. So that you can be fully fledged and understand the gift so that you can heal others. You cannot go through something whereas then you will try to heal somebody and you didn't go through that. It's highly impossible. So today I'm only speaking about sense of belonging. On the next topic, I'll be definitely touching base on the sense of ukuthi umuntu uzithwasisa kanjani yena qobo lwakhe. You understand? Which is not the case. Now, we're talking about sense of belonging. As much as you as a being, you have a name, you have a surname, you have all that. You need to understand ukuthi now but they need to be reborn. Now but they need to be recharged. Now but they need to be in a spiritual realm as we are in this day and age. They need to be in connect with whatever we do. Because of now, they must come with proper results. This is what they have, this is what they did, this is how they got you, and. Before labeling the gift, understand where is like liza kanjani kuwe. Izoza ngamaphupho. The reason being other people they don't even dream anymore is because of now the dlozi is totally tired. Idlozi lihambe kule mhlaba le lo siphila kule likhathele mancabanqeba. Lifika ngale emadlozini emkhathini wasebaba omkhulu. Libafika ngale and then they are really tired again. You need to revive them as a being. You need to understand with all those wounds that they come with. They're gonna throw it at you. You need to heal them as a carrier of the gift. As a carrier of the gift, you need to understand all this. It's your duty to understand and to become. Before understanding the dlozi, you need to become in the same space as them. Understand the level of encounters that bazakuwe ngakhona. Understand the level of thinking ukuthi baza kanjani ngamaphupho wakho and the way izinto zihamba ngakhona empilweni yakho. You understanding it before labeling it. Wonke umuntu unamadlozi. Kunamadlozi okuthwasa, kunamadlozi okuphila, kunamadlozi nje. Yathwa nje ngisho kodwa wena as a being, as a carrier of the gift, you are. And at some point you think that they're demanding that to you, but they're requesting it of you. But the problem lies in that you just don't understand the gift. You just don't understand the language that they use towards you. So you need as a being to go and understand and check what is required of you before acting irrational, because we have the tendency of acting so irrational to the point whereby we're casting it as a demon. You tend to get to a depression state whereby because of you just don't understand what is needed from you as a spiritual being, as a carrier of the gift, right? So you need to understand all those elements before labeling it. Labeling it comes after healing. You want to heal it then. It goes like, you need to understand so now in that state, in that level of understanding, you need to understand to which side, because of amadlozi azokubanga before uyotwaza. Uzobanga amadlozi kabomama akho, ubanga amadlozi kababa bakho, ubanga amadlozi kabokhokho, ubanga amadlozi kabokhokho njalo njalo. Because of they want your attention, they want you to attend to them because of banga, because of now they all want to work with you, not use you. Do not have the mentality of they want to work with you in a sense of so that you can fulfill a purpose that they did and you must live on with the gift, and you must be the gift itself. You understand? So isebenza ngaleyo ndlela leyo makhehla ukuthi manje they want to belong somewhere. They want to be part of something within this world that they didn't fully accomplish. Yes, they did their part, they played a part. There are some ancestors who didn't even go to Twasini, but when Mamangena lapha, they had the symptoms of amadlozi. So now they have to go back and find the carrier, and the carrier will need to fulfill that because of Azani Bazi even attempt to go epihlweni. Then when we mangalem did akaze kube nesango makaze kube nalutho kanti lo muntu had the gift but didn't fulfill it. So manje bangena kuwe as a being, you need to fulfill that and finish start where la ngazange futhi aqale nakhona. You understand? So ihamba ngaleyo ndlela leyo. They just want to belong somewhere. They want to belong to a certain space. So imimoya yabo zohamba hlezi ivunguzela ngesimo sokuthi they need to belong to a certain space. They need to become you, and you need to become them, and work hand in hand to heal the universe itself. Heal amadlozi and the wounds. Find the proper space for them. That's why kuba nemisamo to find, that's to communicate with them, to place them, to place the spirit, and so that you can connect and communicate with them in a proper manner. They have so much wisdom, they know a lot of this about this world more than us. So now they need a space where we can set them and place them so that we can communicate and understand the ways of communicating with them through dreams and visions and life experiences. So now you as a being, you need to understand as a carrier, it's your duty to make it happen. No matter what, don't think about what you are being abused, spiritually abused. You are being attacked by your own dlozis. Why? But we are they just need your attention. In a sense, you need to bring along, you need to gather all the energies and place them in one place, because of the other isn't those others, they just scattered. You need to connect it, you need to connect this puzzle so that it can be whole again and you can become it. You understand? This is a puzzle. You need to go to mountains, you need to go to rivers, so that you can connect the puzzle itself in a proper manner. So when, as the carrier of the gift, you need to make sure that all is done by only doing the proper things. Communicating is all. How do you communicate in Abandabada? I repeat this statement, we're labeling it, it's a Gucci bag. It's a certain store. No, amadlozi have their own ways of working. Amadlozi, they have their own ways of doing things. Before labeling it, bring them to your own space. Before labeling ukuthi ingulinja, kwamele ubasondeze. You must be closer to them so that they can tell you what category of amadlozi, meaning that kunamanda, kunamanguni, kabalozi, kunamakhosi, kunakho konke lokho. You need to understand before doing all that. You need to heal their wounds. You need to align them, because of now kuba nempi emadlozini, and that's why it's going to be divided. But idlozi want a spotlight. So now for you to heal that, you need to definitely make sure align properly so that they cannot be in conflict, because idlozi have a tendency to be in conflict. So by doing that, you need to allow yourself and bring them to use your space and partially communicate properly, and they must be well cleansed, and show you the way. They want to belong in your space. They want to rectify their mistakes through you, not in punishment but in rectifying. So they want to belong in that space. They want to fulfill the gift, because the gift shouldn't die. It comes to a point whereby pause email nobody umndeni uyaphela manje ngoba akekho umuntu ufuna ukuyithatha like yimpi nje inyakanyaka. So now kodwa the gift itself doesn't die. The gift is kwama, doesn't die. It's gonna live. It's gonna live to generation to generation to generation till kuze kuyovama umuzi. Basukuthanda ujust ukuthi ngaphela izophela, kodwa nje ubungoma, and the gift itself doesn't die, but the body goes to something and the spirit itself lives along. sure, but amadlozi akho afuna where they belong. They want you to understand it. Ngesimo sokuthi be the team player and be with them. Ngaso sonke isikhathi. Do not confuse yourself in so many things that hey mina ngizoba yini. Before labeling it, bring them closer because of how patanga idlozi wona uphethwe amadlozi. Now they all working hand in hand, but before who accepted a gift, they are on themselves, they are in conflict amongst themselves because of your name. So now you need to align them, you need to put them in the same space so that they can work hand in hand, so that they can become you, so that they need to belong to a certain place. So now your true essence of is through your gift as a spiritual being, meaning that umsebenzi wakho is determined by amadlozi wakho. Impilo yakho is determined by amadlozi wakho. You don't have any control of your life when you are called. You are usebenziswa abantu abadala. So ngaleyo ndlela le, you need to understand it and become them and allow them to belong and to be in the same space as you are. Then isimo sakho sohamba sikukhanyela. Then you'll understand with what kind of gift you have within the space of spirituality. Then you work with it. Short. So abantu abadala basebenza ngaleyo ndlela leyo. Now we'll still continue teaching, we'll still continue educating you about spirituality and all that needs to be done. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to follow. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to comment and ask anything that you'd like to know about spirituality and about sense of belonging, and we'll definitely answer you and teach and show you how to do certain things and grow within the spiritual space. Be it, understand it, and grow with your ancestors. Do not think you're under attack, they're just trying to become you. So allow them and communicate them in a proper manner and ube nabo. Please don't forget to follow. Please don't forget to like. Azikanye ziphezulu. Ndize emoyeni sindize mafini. Tetubomnyama kuvele kukhanya. Ciao.